Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is MacLeod, and welcome to the stream. Today is Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. What is happening today? So, of course, we're going to be starting with some reactions. Got 3 game trailers we're going to be checking out today. We're going to be checking out the trailers for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We're going to be checking out the new trailer, as well as the gameplay release of some of Marvel's Midnight Suns. And then we are going to be checking out the content surrounding The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. And then afterwards, we'll be continuing our playthrough of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice in preparations for the upcoming sequel, hopefully sometime next year. So that is the game plan, and alongside all of this, we will of course be continuing to play more Stream Raiders. So let's go ahead and get that started. First and foremost, so the event has ended, but we still have the last chapter to complete, which does mean that we will be getting closer to the super boss so that we can get some chunky rewards. So let's go ahead and get this fired up and ready to go. I need to place more mage. I need to place one more mage. Well, let's go ahead and do that right now. Get that mage placed. Complete that mage quest. Oh, and now I need to place war beasts. Fuck. It's fine. Like a Dragon's so fucking good. Alright. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to be doing 3 reactions today. I'm thinking about doing either an extra stream or something like that, like next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend afterwards, to try and get a bunch of reactions done so that I can get them edited and posted and scheduled while we won't be here. But think about that more in the future. Regardless, so what are we doing now? We're going to be doing some reactions. How do these work and why do we do them? So the way that they work first is that I will read an intro off of my head, we'll check out a trailer, we'll talk about the trailer, then when it feels like the conversation's coming to a close or it's just time to go, I will read an outro off of my head, we'll make faces. That face gets used in a thumbnail, rinse and repeat. We do these live on stream because it makes for a more interactive and dynamic experience, both for myself as the content creator, something for us to do together as a community, and having different voices and opinions can make for a more dynamic watching experience later when the reaction gets put up on YouTube. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to be doing 3 reactions today: Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, the Marvel's Midnight Suns. Let me see if I can't get a good, Is there a better one on? I doubt it. Fucking IGN always has a bunch of garbage on the end of theirs. Try this one then. Cerulean! Hello. Okay. Welcome in. Okay. All right. Ow. Ow. Who's making this? Do we know? It might show us at the beginning. Okay. Let's get right in. Greetings and salutations. My name is MacLeod, and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. And this, I am told, is a CRPG. CRPG used to stand for Computer RPG to differentiate between tabletop RPGs like classic Dungeons & Dragons and RPGs that you play on the computer, like Baldur's Gate, which was a CRPG on the computer. It's a tabletop RPG anyway. And today, CRPGs, the RPG as a genre has gotten very, very vast, very, very wide. And so CRPG is meant to be a subgenre within RPG that tries to classify itself as a classic RPG, I believe is what the C stands for now. And what they mean by that is something that still functions as though it is a computerized version of a tabletop game. If you want modern examples of this, the most recent and most successful one would be Divinity Original Sin 2. Now, some people will be like, isn't that just a tactics RPG? Yes, but it also has relative like tabletop mechanics in terms of like charisma checks and stuff like that, where a hard tactics game, if you think of something like Disgaea or XCOM or even Final Fantasy Tactics, doesn't have those things. They are just a combat to a combat to a combat, where this has role-playing elements within it in terms of being able to pass, fail, have your own type of personality, and that's what I'm told that Rogue Trader is going to be. I've not seen anything for this yet beyond being told to check it out, and then I was figured out that it was a CRPG from the description of the video. So let's actually see if we're anywhere close to accurate. Owlcat Games. Have they made anything else? I don't recognize the name. Anime.
For millennia, our esteemed dynasty has served the Imperium of Man, bringing forth worlds from the darkness of the void and into the light of holy terror. Yet I am but an instrument of his will, a sword in his hand. In his great wisdom, the Emperor bestowed a sacred mission upon his followers most true. To explore the frontiers uncharted. To claim relics unthinkable. To thwart threats unnumbered. And I too, come the day I dread, will leave this mission to you, my heir. What will your fate be? One of service? Of glory? Of heresy? One can only hope it will be better than mine.
That's a Necron colony. You're damn right you can hope that your fucking fate's gonna be better than yours. If you're gonna go fight Necrons, you're screwed. Interesting. Okay, so one of the things that I really like give them credit for, right, is this one right, this screen right here, the first classic CRPG in the Warhammer 40k universe, because that is actually a massive selling point for this game. Because so if you don't know, Games Workshop, the people that are behind Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k, their license is practically worthless. Not actually worthless, but what I mean by that is that you can be the most no-name, garbage-ass video game developer you've ever imagined. They're like, you want to use our license to make a video game? Absolutely, here you go. And so we have this massive amount of Warhammer 40k games, a very significant number of which are mediocre at best. The other thing is that for people that are invested in the Warhammer 40k world, the universe is one of the things that is so appealing about it. And I don't mean appealing as like, I want to be there. It's just cool. It's a very unique world and setting. But very few Warhammer 40k games delve into that setting, because most of them are focused on the aesthetic and applying that aesthetic like a bucket of paint onto some other video game franchise or genre, I guess is the word that I should use. So if we like Warhammer 40k Space Marine, fantastic game, but it does not explore the nuances or the story or the world really of Warhammer 40k at all. It is just Warhammer 40k paint applied onto a pretty damn decent FPS game. If you look at something like Necromunda Underhive, it is a 40k game that is pasted onto a Doom boomer shooter blueprint, essentially. They don't explore the world, they don't explore the story. It is just Doom with Warhammer 40k paint on top of it. If you take Mechanicus, Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, it is just Warhammer 40k paint painted onto Diablo, which, if you enjoy these games, that's perfectly fine, and putting a known franchise IP setting onto another genre is fine and can make that feel unique, but they never explore the nuances of the Warhammer 40k universe. This being a CRPG in which so much of CRPGs is talking to people and exploring the world and getting to know different NPCs and building up your story and choosing your path, that means that one of the big appeals of this game will be that it is so focused on the actual core Warhammer 40k setting as the general foundation of the entirety of the game. Don't expect the combat to be super in-depth. If it is, sweet. Like Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 both had excellent combat systems, but those combat systems were just such a delectable complementary dish to go alongside a really cool world, a really cool setting with a fun story and neat characters, right? And I'm hoping that we see something similar here. We're not pushing any graphical fidelity, boundaries, breaking any limits, but it will be one of the first experiences that genuinely at least tries to pitch itself as a Warhammer 40k experience that is focused on the world, the story, and the setting, which is cool. That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that because it's something that, as they themselves point out, we don't have. Looks interesting, but honestly, 40k is so vast, it's just difficult to get into due to the depth of the actual lore. Feels like it needs a wealth or a sea of knowledge about it all. I know what you're talking about. Warhammer 40k is massive. It is super vast. But one of the nice things about 40k is that if you are able to get to the point where you just have kind of a general overview of the general idea of what the universe is and what's happening and why things are the way they are, after that, you can kind of just try to see which faction or race appeals to you the most, and then explore that race's or factions like deeper levels of who they are and what they are and why they are the way that they are. And sometimes like people will be like, man, orcs are sweet. I love orcs. And so they just go all in on orcs and they can tell you a lot about orcs. And then you're like, what about Tau? And they're like, I don't know. We've fought them a couple of times. They got like stupid space suits and stuff, I guess. I don't know. What do you want to know about Tau? I know about orcs, man. But also sometimes you'll be like, all right, guardsmen are sick. I'm going to learn about guardsmen. And then as you learn about guardsmen, you're like, oh man, the guardsmen fought the Tyranids at one point and got fucking decimated. But the Tyranids kind of sounded cool. And then you can go down the rabbit hole that way. But it isn't actually that difficult to get that initial overview of the universe, that surface level understanding of basically there are no good guys and everybody's fucked and it's a very dystopian, pseudo post-apocalyptic universe that all of these different factions and races are trying to carve out their own existence in. It'll be cool to go through the different worlds of Warhammer this way. I'm curious how many different worlds we go to, because as we just talked about, Warhammer 40k is massive. And our mother, I guess, just like the very last shot is them focusing on this necropolis here, which, I mean, you could put an entire setting for any game on basically a single planet. And I don't know if there will be Necrons in this game. For those that need context, Necrons are robot zombies, is the best way to describe them. They are robot zombies that are able to rebuild themselves basically infinitely. You cannot truly destroy them unless you, like, essentially break up all their parts like a fucking lich, man. They're lich robots, and they're awful. Okay, everything in 40k is awful. There are, like I said, there are no good guys. But I didn't see anything in here. We got like some gross dudes and like just some normal looking guys. What are these plague guys? I'm not even sure. This looks slightly Eldar-y. And then we got like just some Imperium looking guys, and you could go an infinite number. Like this looks kind of chaosy. This definitely looks like a chaos shrine of sorts. So chaos are demons. There are humanoid factions that exist within those, but yeah. So Rip of Reapers from Mass Effect. I know these came first. I'm poking at you. It's an acceptable poke. A pope? No, I don't want the Reapers to be the pope. Their adventures begin in the vast Coronis expanse, a treacherous region of unexplored space at the edge of humanity's domain. While traveling between the stars, get ready to come across potential allies and dangerous enemies of the Imperium. Chaos cults and alien xenos counting among the most treacherous and deadly. Chaos is always a threat, and like, you know, the thing is when they say alien xenos, that doesn't tell us almost anything. Because there's a lot of aliens that exist in 40K, which is cool. And there's a lot of unique races with their own history and background in them. And so regardless of how much they explore this is something that I am just, if you can't tell, really excited about and super interested in, because there's too much lore and world that exists within 40K. And so my preferred medium of entertainment is video games, and being able to be delivered a more genuine lore dive as a video game in a world and a setting that I enjoy is exciting. It's very exciting. That's super cool. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, this gameplay looked like, okay, so like these shots of like where you're at like a setting, this just looks like your standard CRPG. This looks like Divinity, although some of the actual like action shots were really lackluster. But that's just kind of par for course in these kinds of games. You can make some really pretty spell effects, but largely it's people standing around like it was a D&D table. So, but you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm excited about the premise of what this game is pitching itself to be, and I'm looking forward to it. But you, what do you think about it? What do you think about Warhammer 40K? What do you think about the prospects of a CRPG? And what other Warhammer 40K games have you dipped your toe into, if any, or could this maybe be your first one? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep with the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week: Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do go watch one of those other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Okay. Yeah, that one was cool. I think it's a computer role-playing game. That's what it was originally. I just couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if they changed it or not. It's alright. It gives people something to correct me on when it comes to the YouTube video. Easiest way to get comments is be wrong about something. That's like there was a meme going around on the internet about like the easiest way to get the answer you want for a question you have is to answer it yourself from a different account, but answer it incorrectly. So like, I need a solution to this, you know, programming problem. And then if you like grab a throwaway account and answer it wrong, you will get responses quicker of people correcting the person that's wrong than there are people willing to just answer your question directly. They're going to enjoy correcting you, like that one dude on Twitter. Yeah. 3 state letterman or whatever. Something like that. 3-year letterman. Full-on troll that just loves to be wrong about everything and just laughs as everyone jumps their assholes to try and correct him. And he's like, I know you guys are taking my bait so hard. So hard. Okay. Okay. Into the next one. Greetings and salutations! My name is Michael Schwan and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out Marvel's Midnight Suns. 2 trailers, the Darkness Falls trailer, as well as the first gameplay preview. Now, Midnight Suns is the latest game from Firaxis Games, and if that studio sounds familiar to you, that's because these are the people that made XCOM. So after torturing us with XCOM and XCOM 2 and what was it, Chimera Squad, they are now here to take on the Marvel franchise and torture us once more with causing us to miss when it said it had a 99% chance to hit, and then causing our characters to get critical hit and died when they only had a 5% chance to miss. So, just running home that trauma. Damn you, XCOM. Why do you hate us like this? Save scums for the win. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. Let's see what they have in store for us. There goes my fucking copyright. Damn. Assholes. Hey, Venom, you look. Oh, don't do that.
Surrender your pain to me.
Run, Venom, run! I don't even know what you're running from.
Once more. There, my sweet child. Mother won't hurt you.
Sure seems like you're hurting him.
Typical Parker luck. I'm gonna need some backup.
Mommy? Sorry, she's making you her mommy. Wait, no, she's making herself your mommy. There we go, I'm good with words. Those suit designs are sick. Oh, hell no. I'm more concerned about the fucking Dark Phoenix, bitch! Now! Hopefully her powers are weakened because she's corrupted Phoenix, you know? Or was that a... No, that wasn't Phoenix, because Phoenix is right here, isn't this Phoenix? Was that a freaking... Who is this? I can't tell because you got weird horns on your face. Is that Scarlet Witch? I think that's Scarlet. Either way, not better. If that's Scarlet Witch, that's actually almost worse. I don't want to fight Scarlet Witch or Phoenix. I don't like either of those options. Both sound terrible. Storm? That was definitely not Storm.
Counting on you again, old friend. 3, 2, 1. That used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
It still worked. Yeah, like... I think it's Scarlet Witch. With the little crackly bits and stuff, and like the circles, I'm thinking it's supposed to be Scarlet Witch. But alright, let's move on. And this is the actual extended gameplay walkthrough trailer. So, we'll see how awful the talking is. Hopefully it isn't too terrible. Now remember, as cool as that trailer was, this is a tactics game. So, it's XCOM. As cool and action-packed as that trailer was, bring it back now, because we're going to see a lot of standing around.
Gaming's greatest strategy and tactics experts have teamed up with the world's greatest storytellers to create a new...
Hold on. You guys are jerking yourself just a little too strongly there.
And tactics... Gaming's greatest strategy and tactics experts.
Greatest strategy and tactics experts
Have teamed up with the world's greatest storytellers to create.
World's greatest storytellers. Both of you need to calm down, okay? You're welcome to think highly of yourself, but you can't be putting yourself on the #1 pedestal, okay?
A new AAA experience unlike anything before.
Both of you need to be pegged
Welcome
down. Yes.
To Marvel's Midnight Suns. This new
Don't get me wrong, XCOM is good. I wouldn't call them #1 strategy makers.
The Marvel Universe, packed with a deeply customizable tactical battle system that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair. An epic, supernatural story that brings you face to face against the demonic forces of the underworld. A deep role-playing experience where you get to live among Marvel legends and the first customizable original hero from the Marvel Universe. As darkness falls, rise up with the Midnight Suns and face off against an ancient prophecy foretelling the end of the world. After centuries of sleep,
are you sure about that?
Lilith, mother of demons,
hi
has
Lilith,
been revived by Hydra
literal mommy,
through a twist of dark magic and science.
Oh, it sucks to be those guys.
Lilith will stop at nothing to fulfill the prophecy of the Midnight Sun and bring back her evil master, Chthon. Alongside her is her army of Lilith, demonic forces who carry out her twisted will with fanatical devotion.
Are we sure this is the first game with a customizable Marvel superhero? I don't feel like it is.
Power of their own, the Hunter,
maybe I'm wrong.
A legendary hero, forsaken child of Lilith, and the only one known to have beaten Lilith.
Oh, Lilith
before.
is actually our mommy.
In Marvel's Midnight Suns, the player takes on the role of this new hero, who until recently lay peacefully in a centuries-long sleep, tucked away in a quiet crypt on the grounds of the Abbey, the secret headquarters of an organization known only as the Midnight Suns. For the first time in any Marvel game, the Hunter is a customizable original superhero, allowing you to live out your very own.
You said this
Marvel
twice
adventure.
now, and I'm still questionable about it.
But you won't be alone. Marvel's
Maybe I'm
Midnight
thinking of
Suns
DC,
features a legendary
because
collection
DC
of
had that
heroes
MMO,
span
right?
Across the Marvel universe, including the Avengers, X-Men.
Was there a Marvel
Runaways,
MMO?
and
Okay,
more.
that was the DC. Okay.
You'll see these heroes in a new light as you develop relationships and strengthen your personal bonds outside the field of battle.
I want to
Every
bond with
hero
Doctor
has a
Strange.
completely unique set of abilities, ranging from damage-dealing attacks to life-saving skills.
I want to bond with
epic
Blade.
game-changing finishers. There are tons of unique costumes to unlock, skills to upgrade, and heroic team-ups that unleash.
Can you talk some more about the
devastating
cards,
combos.
please?
With
City
your
of Heroes, yeah,
superhero
but I think that
squad
was DC.
It's time to start fighting back the forces of Lilith. Combat in Marvel's Midnight Suns is a cinematic tactical affair that rewards clever thinking with superhero flair.
I love the fucking words that they're using here, man. They're just making shit up. they're just like, man, whoever they got to write this trailer is the ultimate like narcissist. Check out our cinematic tactical style of gameplay. We're #1 in everything. We're #1 in plastic making. Isn't this a video game? #1 in drinking water, my dude. The best. We are the ultimate thirst quencher. If you keep saying it, people start believing it. That's how a piece of crap got elected.
The player controls
Polygon
a
says
squad
Lilith
of
Fallen
3
heroes are
and is dealt
Sabretooth,
a
Scarlet
random
Witch, Hulk, and
selection of
Venom.
hero
Okay.
abilities, like a hand of cards. These abilities offer a vast array of tactical choices that expand exponentially when combined with the battlefield itself. Shove, leap, and smash your way to victory using the environment to wreak havoc on your enemies. Send the bad guys face first into a wall, into each other, or just right over the edge.
Bye.
Victory requires a balance of smart tactical thinking and being able to read and react off the battlefield, as well as cultivating your friendships outside of combat and finding the right combinations of heroes and abilities. Battles rage across iconic Marvel locations like Avengers Tower to Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, from New York City rooftops to underground Hydra installations, from sun-bleached deserts to a hellscape dimension far beyond our own. When the fighting is done, the heroes return to the Abbey, a living hub that the player navigates in real time,
Cool.
experiencing for the first time in any Marvel game what it's like to not just fight alongside beloved Marvel heroes, but to live alongside them as well. The Abbey offers hours of rewarding exploration, gameplay, and story for the player to enjoy. There's even a few lovable, if unique, pets. Get to know your favorite Marvel heroes through careful conversation and share.
Hold on. They said the line, get to know your favorite Marvel
Get to know
characters.
your favorite Marvel heroes through.
I don't know who anyone here is. Right? Obviously they're in casual clothes, but you said that line and I went, I don't know who these people on screen are. Like, well, they get like, you get to know you, so you know. And I mean, they have their own style and approach, right? Like this might be played over here on the right. I don't know who this is at all. Are you like Quicksilver? Maybe you got the little like streak in your hair. You are. I don't know. All right. Anyway.
Careful conversation and shared time.
Yeah, that was
together through
Blade.
daily
No idea who the
activities.
other three were.
Take a stroll with Tony Stark on the Abbey grounds, or practice meditative yoga with magic.
Damn, Eve.
The choice
Jesus.
is yours, but choose wisely, because every hero has their own preferences. Developing deep friendships can unlock powerful rewards in combat and in the Abbey. Use the spoils of battle to earn new abilities for your heroes down in the forge.
Oh God.
Upgrade current
Card
hero
packs.
abilities out
Gross.
in the yard under Blade's watchful eye. Find new hero ops and missions in the War Room with Captain Marvel, and much, much more. When ready, it's time to choose a new mission. Choose your squad of heroes and return to battle. The enemy may grow more powerful with every fight, but the hunter and the heroes will rise in power to meet them, because that's what true heroes do.
So, you know, at its core, I don't mind games that use a card system in them. That could be fine. Card packs make me a bit nervous for monetization reasons, and also because it can drastically change the type of gameplay that you get to experience based on what you open in your card packs. And so that makes me a little bit nervous, because if it's a card-based system, but they largely control what cards you get when, they can build a more balanced system around it. Whereas if it's more RNG-based, you could get a really strong card compared to your friend who didn't get that really strong card, and when both your gameplay playthroughs will be significantly different. So, I mean, I think I'll look at someone else playing this game more than anything. I'm interested in it just because I really like these style of games, but I am very curious about if they're doing any types of scummy monetization in it. March 22 to get it delayed? I believe it did. I think it was supposed to come out in like November of this year, and had already gotten a delay to March of next... Wait. Coming March 2022. Oh, this was old anyway. The one that we watched a moment ago. Aha! This says October 7th, 2022. So yes, it did get delayed. I thought it got delayed again even still, but this one says from June, says October 7th. So realistically, it should still be approaching soon, I think anyway. But it looks cool. It looks cool. I'm a little nervous now. What does this get you? Pre-order now to receive a skin for Doctor Strange. Gotta get it. Yeah, see, this one says October 7th. We just watched an old trailer. That's all. I hadn't seen it yet. One thing I will also point out, I will include it in the description below. IGN has a Marvel Midnight Suns first preview, but there's somebody talking during it, and I didn't like the quality of their microphone, so I'm just not going to play this. I'll maybe watch it on my own time, but I don't believe it'll make for a good experience for all of us here on screen, and I don't believe we need a whole lot more than what we just watched in this extended gameplay walkthrough trailer. Get the general idea of it. I would like to know a little bit more about the cards. Maybe that video has some information about it, but I'm not going to go into that 8-minute long IGN first look right now. But regardless, Midnight Suns looks pretty sweet. I like the design of it. I like the concept of it. Being able to design your own character's cool. Yet the villain is your mommy, which is also great. Although you can't say "step on me, mommy" if she's your actual, like, literal mommy. So that's a little bit disappointing. Missed opportunity there. But regardless, what did you think? Where are you sitting on Marvel's Midnight Suns? Do you come from a long line of enjoying XCOM, or would this be one of your first introductions into Firaxis Games' catalog? That's the word that I want. That's a portfolio is another good word for it. And it's coming soon. It's coming soon. We got it in less than 3 months right now. So leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep the conversation elsewhere, 2 great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own so that we can watch them together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. But we're actually going to go check out some other stuff, so you do go watch one of those videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you, and enjoy. All right, let's run that battle, and then we'll get into the last one, and then we'll get back into Hellblade. View the battle. Fight, 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 fight. Rank up. Ooh. Eve with the 24 months. 2 entire goddamn years. Thank you, friend. That's a long time. We got 1 Centurion and 2 Centurions, either of which can be used for 420 channel points. Most kills going to myself with 6, followed by El Canadiano with 4. Most assists going to Horse Storebot with 12, followed by a tie between Specialist and Ray Bay with 6. Going random on the scrolls in 5. Man, seriously, 2 years, crazy. Part of me doesn't feel like I've been streaming even that long. Specialist and El Canadiano with the scrolls. Now it's time for that loyalty token chest, even though that there are no tokens to get. Yeah, I knew you pre-pandemic. Did that make it dated more? Now, a bit, yeah. All right, one more, at least a decade then, right? Absolutely. At least a decade. Okay. This beast. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan, and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out the announcement trailer as well as some comparison videos for The Last of Us Part 1 Remake, the upcoming remake and re-release, essentially, of The Last of Us Part 1, which has received a lot of discourse on the internet because The Last of Us originally released for PlayStation 3, and then it got a remaster that was released on PlayStation 4, and now they're releasing a remake that is coming out on PlayStation 5. And on top of that, we know that the game is going to cost the full purchase price of $70 US. And I think it's even more than that overseas. I think I saw a number that was like 80 euros, which is an interesting increase. And so they're releasing a game that they've already re-released, and people have this discussion about whether that's like cool or not. Naughty Dog has really turned into Rockstar. Psh, they wish they were Rockstar. They're Bethesda. I have no idea. I mean, those two companies kind of go hand in hand, depending on whether you want to look at Grand Theft Auto 5 or Skyrim. But regardless of all of that, we are here. I've not actually looked at this trailer still. I've seen like 2 screenshots and went, okay, but I'm going to take a look at this trailer. We're going to watch a comparison video, and then we'll actually talk about, one, my own experience with The Last of Us, the limited amount of it that there is, as well as how I end up feeling after seeing this trailer about the $70 price tag that's coming along with this game. So, let's push forward.
So why'd you leave Boston?
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
You know, I've never been this close. It's the outside.
So is that everything you hoped for?
Can't be any worse out there. Can it?
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing. Get you killed.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had? I get into trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Ugh.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
So this is largely the only trailer that's available. I do have a comparison trailer here that is put up by Siku1, so I'm going to use this, and then we also have an additional video that Naughty Dog themselves initially released on Twitter. So let's see here. What do we got? So this is The Last of Us Remastered. So this is the PlayStation 4 version and what it looks like, so that we get an idea of what the game looked like before. And this even isn't a comparison to the original. This is still just the remastered version, not the remade version. It's a pretty significant difference, actually. Do you like that they recast the actors to redo their voices for better quality? I mean, when you're making the claim of that you... Okay. Looking at that horse compared to the one that we just saw a moment ago is massively different. When you make the statement of we've completely rebuilt it from the ground up, you need to actually properly support that claim, because that's a big deal, right? Because with remasters, you're not normally rebuilding something. You're just improving where there is room to be improved upon, which can have its own limitations to it. So now we're in the remake itself right here. God, that scene with the horse is wildly different. I do believe this video puts them side by side, and it's going to be insane. Yeah, here's the side by side. It's a little bit small because they have to put both things on the screen, right? Hell, just the lighting differences are a pretty significant change. Seriously, okay, this will be the third time mentioning this. If we're looking at anything, this shot right here with the horse. The horse on the left looks like a Barbie's horse, okay? In terms of, like, the hair looks like it's plasticky and, like, sucked onto the horse's model. The horse is strangely, like, rubbery looking. And ignoring the grass, but we can look at the grass too. Like, there's just the different number of blades of grass is kind of like when we were looking at the difference between when they announced the Crisis Core remake from Square Enix. People were like, oh, it's just a remaster. And then we looked a little bit closer, like, no, there is completely wholly new assets that were added and rebuilt and remade. And this shot is such a good example of that. This is the same exact scene, but they don't. One looks like a reference for the other, right? It looks like one was just used as an example piece when you're making the other side of it. But otherwise, they look like they're from two completely different things. Although, you know, so here's something interesting here, just looking at this, right, is that I feel like Ellie's jacket on the left actually looks better than Ellie's jacket on the right. Ellie herself looks better in the remake, especially like her hair. Her hair on the left just looks like a flat texture, right? But that jacket on the left looks way better than the jacket on the right. But you blame lighting? Sure. Here's another one that I've seen used as a comparison shot a lot, is this clicker here. If I can get a better, like, picture of it, is just how wildly different the clicker models are, in that the one on the left, just, it's very obvious just how much of a difference there is between these two models. There's so much more texture and detail and, like, depth of lines and stuff that are going into this weird mushroom head. Oh, that was a better shot, actually. Let me see if I can get that one. It's not so easy with trying to get... Oh, God. And you got, like, the saliva and shit going on in here. And, like, look at the shoulder. The shoulder here is just kind of looks like a wrinkly piece of flesh. This has growth and all of these different pieces of fungi that are building itself off of it. I would not want to render that as an artist. Yeah. They're different models, even their jaws and teeth. Well, I think that's what they're saying, is that this isn't a remaster, that they have rebuilt it in terms of we have actually remade it. The reason it's such a question for people is because when you think of a remake, you think of games from way back when. Final Fantasy VII Remake, where you're turning these 18 triangle polygon people into, you know, a million polygon 3D model. Whereas this, the old game still looks pretty decent, but they definitely do not look the same when you compare the new to the old. Like, look at Joel here, man. Ellie actually is the character from what I've seen of these that actually looks still the most the same. Obviously, one of the most clear ones is the texture and the hair, right? But Ellie still looks like Ellie. And, you know, Joel largely still looks like Joel. But the amount of detail in his face is... It's a lot. There's a lot of detail added to the face. And again, if they've rebuilt everything in terms of completely rebuilt Joel's model, although they might have just used Joel's model and tweaked it from the Last of Us Part 2, I don't know. But there's so much happening here that looks so distinctly apart from the way that it looked before. One of the other things that I've noticed, and I'll point this out later if they don't show it here, is we can see it a little bit with Joel, is the clothing. The amount of, I want to say, physics that exists within the clothing in terms of, like, the pull on the shirt right here that doesn't exist here, and the way that the jacket strap flattens itself against his body rather than just being kind of hooked onto his model, is just subtle touches that bring things a lot more realism than they do otherwise. And, like, I was watching a friend of the channel, Minimal Gameplay, play through The Last of Us Part 2, and even through Twitch's awful-ass compression system, the game still looked ridiculously amazing. Which, if you can make something look that good when it's being compressed through Twitch's garbage-ass system, then you know that you've done something really, really well. Much more realism, yeah. There's so much more definition. Okay, we're getting some still shots now. Basically the shots that I was just trying to grab in the middle of the movement. Again, look at the clothing difference here. The clothing difference is just insane. Oh god, they're both gross. They're both disgusting. I hate it. One of the other things is, and this is something that modern games are getting better at, is eyes, right? It's one of the things that makes games uncomfortable to look at is when they're nearing a form of realism, but the thing that a lot of games get wrong is the eyes. One of the worst of these was Mass Effect Andromeda. I mean, there was memes all over the place about the eyes in that game. The rest of that game looked really, really good, right? But the eyeballs, they looked fake and dead. And if the game that we played recently is Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, game looks pretty good, but the eyes just look wrong. And it's one of the things that they did really, really well with God of War, which we recently played through, is that the amount of emotion and detail and realism that was taken to make the eyes feel like real eyes is insane. And it's one of the massive changes here, beyond just like the additional definition in like the lips to where you can see the crease lines in the lips and the just general texture of the face. These eyes are good, but these ones are better. Immensely better, to where they look like eyes. Not like somebody made an eye, but where it looks like actual eyes. Weird, flat, and glassy eyes. Yeah, because they're hard, right? That's hard. Especially because eyes have so much reflection in them. And until we were getting, we've only recently started to be able to do decent reflections. Again, the eyes. Look at this difference in these eyes. The eyes on the left, they're not bad. They're better than some games that I've played recently. We just mentioned a couple of them. But the eyes on the left here, they look like flat textures, right? They look like somebody painted a really pretty eye and put it into a video game. But there is visible emotion that you can almost feel in the eyes on the right that are just... Games are crazy, man. Games are crazy. Man, we saw a picture earlier. Let me go grab the other one also earlier. It's this one right here. One of the other things that's a major difference between these two is the fucking teeth, man. Look at Joel's weird plastic teeth here versus his teeth here. And then if we go here, again, he's got these weird, they look like the plastic teeth that you put in your mouth at Halloween. And his mouth looks normal here. Ugh. Gross. That's where it stops. Okay. Dude got veneers before the apocalypse. That's it. That's it. Normal American normals, we should say. The unhealthy obsession with being white and straight. That's not even American that much. That's rich people's shit. Athena off screen just said there's an unhealthy obsession with being white and straight, and that's a very different topic of conversation. But okay, so they didn't show it in there, and that's because Naughty Dog uploaded this to Twitter separately. So this is Naughty Dog's tweet from June 14th. It says Tess's glow up 9 years apart, comparing Tess in The Last of Us from what is that, 2013, when the original one came out on PlayStation 3 versus when this one comes out in September of 2022. So this was actually the very first thing that I saw when it came to The Last of Us Part 1 remake, is this specific little 6 seconds here. And I didn't see anything else before this, and I was completely blown away by this. Now, unfortunately, this is put through Twitter compression, and Twitter compression is even worse than Twitch or YouTube compression. Twitter video sucks. Fix your shit, Twitter. Anyway, so one, these don't look like the same person anymore, right? And I don't think that they're supposed to. I don't know if why they don't look like the same person, but they're different people. Same person in the story, but definitely different models entirely. And I don't just mean like what they did with Joel's, where they prettied up his face and stuff, right? Like these are not modeled after the same person. But that said, this, I feel like, of everything we watched outside of maybe the horse scene or the disgusting clicker video, is this shot right here of Tess, of comparing the way that Tess looked before and the way that Tess looks now. Because you could genuinely convince me that these are just two completely separate games in their entirety, because of just she looks fake, right? She looks like a video game character. This looks like a person, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you a quick little mini story, which is on the picture on the right. I grabbed that picture and showed this picture to my mother, which, by the way, my mom does not play video games, okay? And my mom went, "Hey, Mom, do you recognize this person?" And she goes, "No, I don't know who that is. Are they an actress? What are they playing in?" My mom thought it was a person, because they did such a good job at making Tess look like an actual person that if you're just looking at this on a glance on a phone and you don't know what to look for, you can pass this off as an actual person, which is incredible. It's really impressive. I'm really blown away by the things that we are managing to accomplish with modern video game graphical fidelity, because it is incredible what we have managed. And this is one of the things that showed me just how much they're doing when it comes to The Last of Us Part 1 remake. Because the clothing, again, I'm going to point out the clothing, the amount of texture on the clothing, the way the clothing looks like it's sitting more naturally and has actual poles instead of just being something that is placed as a decoration, is one of the things that adds so much to it. And then, of course, the emotions in the face and everything like that. This video on the right is so impressive to me because of the detail that is put into it. Now, all of that said, first, what is my experience with The Last of Us? I have not actually played all the way through The Last of Us Part 1. I have not played through The Last of Us Part 2. I have seen much of the discussion and controversy around The Last of Us Part 2, and that's a conversation for a different day. I have played through The Last of Us Part 1 only up until Joel and Ellie leave the city, which is like an hour of the first game. And I liked the characters. I felt like the acting was really good, but I went into the game with the wrong expectations. I didn't know going into the game initially that it was mostly meant to be a stealth game. Missed that. And having now known that, and having played The Rats of Us, otherwise known as A Plague Tale: Innocence, and seen how that game plays, and I had someone be like, "How the fuck do you enjoy this game when you said you didn't enjoy The Last of Us?" And I was like, "I don't know, I understood this one better. Give me a break, it's been years." And they're like, "Okay, well, you should replay The Last of Us." One of the other problems that I had with The Last of Us was that I felt like aiming was super clunky, because you are given a pistol fairly early on, but it feels like you're on a rail shooter. And of course, everything exists within the axes of X and Y, but it didn't feel like you had any type of ability to aim precisely within that space. You could go up and down or left and right, and couldn't do those in tandem with one another, kind of like you were playing a claw game or something at the freaking arcade, right? And so it made the game feel super rough and super clunky. And I was like, okay, well, that feels awful. And then I wasn't very interested in trying to get through most of the environments because it just felt bad to play. I have heard that The Last of Us 2 plays better. Don't know, haven't tried it. And I've heard that they're using a lot of the quality of life stuff and the improvements that they made in The Last of Us Part 2 and putting it into The Last of Us Part 1 remake, which makes me immensely more interested in this as a product. Now, to bring it all back around, it's a stealth game? Yes. Yes, it is, apparently. Didn't know that. But bringing this back to the question that was proposed at the beginning of the video. Is The Last of Us Part 1 remake worth $70? Okay? One, on a surface level, that's up to you to decide, right? If you don't want to pay $70 for it, don't. If you want to, do. That's as simple as it goes. And if not enough people pay for it at $70, that will send a message of this wasn't worth the money, right? But for my circumstance, okay, I have not properly played through The Last of Us Part 1. And I didn't play all the way through it because of what I just described in terms of not understanding the gameplay and feeling as though the game's age made it feel not comfortable to play if I wanted to choose a louder, more aggressive play style. If The Last of Us Part 1 remake fixes those issues, or if I can find out if they've addressed them, this would be the best way for someone like me to play it. Because largely, things like this end up being the more definitive version of those games. And as somebody who does like the idea of the world and the universe and the characters and is very interested in having an opinion on The Last of Us Part 2, it would be best if I played it this way. So, am I interested in paying $70 for The Last of Us Part 1 remake? Yes, I am. I am willing to pay the $70 to experience a improved upon and definitive and absolute gorgeous version of this game. Because, seriously, as we just got done gushing about, as someone who is not a fan of this franchise whatsoever, that was such an astounding step up in fidelity and presentation that I believe them when they say that they've rebuilt everything from the ground up, that it was a massive undertaking, because what they just showed us is not something that you just slapdash together. You can't. Like, we'll use Tessa's model at the very end. That's a brand new model that is having to have new animations put onto it, because while some things they can reuse animations for, like they showed the scene of Joel being like lifted up by his ankle and swung through the building, they can reuse that, right? And for, like, Joel's model that isn't drastically changed, like the running animation, they can probably keep. But a lot of the facial animation stuff, because the faces are so much more detailed and are able to articulate themselves on a deeper level, that requires extra work and extra effort beyond just putting a new model on the old skeleton. So I don't know how you can feel like they didn't do enough work in this. I see a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I feel as though the offering, while I can see where the criticisms would come in of $70 for a game that came out in the last 10 years, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm like, yes, but I can see where a lot of this work went in. And when you have something as critically acclaimed as this franchise, and as good as The Last of Us Part 2 looks, making the Part 1 version on par with Part 2 means you get a consistent experience across the entirety of the story. And if they do a Part 3 and it stays at this same level, then you have a consistent quality level from beginning to end, which makes for a more enjoyable experience, as well as a longer lasting in terms of future-proofed experience moving forward if everyone decides to play this 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, instead of looking at what the game looked like before. There's a lot of reason for this. I see a lot of purpose behind it, and I can completely understand it. I'm willing to pay it. I do not blame you if you are not. But, I would love to hear from what your thoughts are about The Last of Us Part 1. Did you play it when it first came out? Did you start it with the remaster? Are you one of the very significant number of people that played The Last of Us Part 2 first? I would love to hear from you and what your perspective is, because apparently, literally like 70% of the sales of The Last of Us Part 2 were people that had not played Part 1 per the studio. I don't know where they actually got those numbers from, but that's what they said. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. Because normally my brain is like, oh man, the first game only sold 10 million copies. You better expect less sales from people that weren't willing to come back for the second one. But apparently that's wrong. Apparently they sold a whole bunch of copies to people that never played the first one, which is mind-blowing to me. But regardless, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. But we are going to get out of here, so if you go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. BRB, I need stabby. Get the stabby. I've never played it. It's meant to be a stealth game, but choices doesn't matter, like in the Rats game. So it has to be the same. Oh, we can't people, and doing that is wrong. It's like the Rats of Us does the same. Right. You can play The Last of Us as a action game. It's just harder. Resources are limited, and in terms of my experience with the first game, aiming the gun was so damn clunky, it didn't feel like a genuine option. But do they have thermal scopes? I have no idea. You changed your name, ninja. You changed your name. Maybe she's just bad at holding a weapon. It was Joel that you play as mostly in the first game. At least it was Joel that I was playing as at the beginning of the first game. And I was like, come on, Joel. You've been surviving in the zombie apocalypse for 20 years. You gotta know better how to hold a fucking gun. Maybe he's bad at holding a weapon. Fair. Maybe he is bad at holding a weapon. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Steam! I need you to open and give me my game. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Just because you've done something for 20 years doesn't mean you're good at it, I suppose. You would hope so, though. Have I tried Stray yet? No, I have not. I don't know if I'm going to. I am grumpy with that game in general.
Bruh.
Exactly. It looks so cute, though. It does look cute. How much is it, actually? That's a question that we can ask ourselves real quick. Because that's a very important factor with Stray. Okay, it's $30. Because the game's only like 4 hours long. As just like a warning to people on that. Is that it's like 5 hours to 100% platinum the game. I'm glad that it is priced. I don't know if I'd necessarily say appropriately, but within the realm of acceptable. Does that mean it's going to have DLC? I don't think so. It's the studio's very first game. What is their name? Blue 12 Studios. They've never actually released a game before. 50 gold, 2 healers, and 2 musketeers, any of which can be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills go into Globot Grayson, followed by myself. Most assists go into Globot Grayson, followed by Rebe. Like, it's a pretty high quality game in terms of like what it actually looks like for people that have never put out a game before. They definitely shot pretty high in terms of what they were releasing. Hello, El Canadiano. I'm doing pretty well. Kind of like Kana Bridge of Spirits in that way, of that for a brand new studio to put out their very first game, they definitely came out swinging. But unlike Kana, I am grumpy with Stray because it's not the game that I wanted Stray to be. Going random. Horse Store Bot, Rebe, and El Canadiano with the rewards. Ow. I just cracked at the neck. Alright, place your units, everybody. Alright. Let's continue on the adventure. A lot of people have done that, Eve. Also, apparently the PC port of Stray is a little bit rough right now. Shall we continue? It actually sent us all the way back, which I didn't expect. We had closed the game in front of the door, but that is not where the game reopened at, but that's alright. It's not a very long run. Am I going the right way? Don't actually know. That's the way I feel about Game Pass, Eve, is that there's so many games that I'm willing to play, but it's difficult for me to be willing to pay for them just because of I don't know when I'll get around to actually playing them. And like, I have a lot of unplayed games in Steam, but a lot of those came from heavily discounted in the form of like Humble Bundle or Fanatical Bundles or Humble Choice or whatever. We did go the wrong direction. Good job, mate. I don't think I turned around, though. Maybe I did. I don't know. Who knows? Watch, I'm going to run this way, and it's going to be wrong again, and I'm just going to be even more confused. It'll be like, damn it, game, I'm actually going insane because of you. How dare you? No, not that way.
Died before? It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before, but she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
No, I didn't die anymore after that, Eve. Just the 2 times. The one that I feel was like semi-scripted, and then the one against the Raven boss.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Why is she waiting? She has to open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. No, don't. She's done it. It's so dark. It's dark. The darkness. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell. Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damn.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Good times. Fun, wholesome memories, you know?
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandoning to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Yeah, it's because it was a memory, essentially. Hello. Sure, I still remember how to play this game.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Ow.
Finish this.
Why suffer the past when there is a new world?
Booty butt cheeks!
The only one that
Hey, real.
makes any sense.
Wrong button.
He's down. Finish it. Strike him.
Fake ass Mortal Kombat. Senua would actually be a badass Mortal Kombat character.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Oh. Ow. That was rude. Dodge? Nope, never mind. Hey, what's up, big man?
It's not.
Ow. Nope, can't parry that. Nope, I can't parry this dude at all. He's just too thick. Oh.
Get out of the way! Too slow. End it.
Woo. There's something here that isn't here that is here. The fuck is that? You know what? On second thought, don't answer that.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage.
How's the sacrifice? Brutal?
The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giants.
It is brutal. No, okay. I think we make one of them from up here. Oh, or maybe more than one of them. Oh, you want me to make an S from here? Almost. You need to go around the side. I think the X is here too. Maybe not quite. Oh, okay. Just don't get punted off, okay? Can I climb up this? No. I mean, that's almost an X there, but it's too far away, I think. Oh, Druth's face is in the building here.
Oh, Senua.
Or Mother's
Your father
face,
does
maybe.
not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
That would let me down. I could probably open the door from that side, but let me go up here first. The only thing left now is X, which I think I can get from down there. I just got to go underneath it and look up at it. But let me go this way first.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
I have to find something again.
The gate. It's opening.
Who is it?
It's coming. That song again.
Is it? Is it? Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
How do I fight that?
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it.
Yeah, I think it's okay to be scared, man. Did you see that thing?
Get up. Get up and fight.
Ugh. It's fine.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods.
I don't know if it's the game having issues or if it's meant to be a like a cinematic effect. I genuinely don't know.
What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone
The audio is
thinks
fine, yeah.
She's cursed.
The shadow.
Yep, it's a cinematic effect.
A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
Why go on?
Hey, that's not fair. Why'd the rock climb up the arm? I didn't lose.
It is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on?
Ugh, look at it pulse up the veins. It's grody.
Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it?
Like this.
Also, I don't know if she actually like used the burnt sword to cauterize her wound or not, but
Baby, you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows he's here. It's a trick. He's already dead. He knows he's here. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me.
cauterizing wounds is a bad idea, by the way. It normally leads to very bad infections. It's just like a heads up on that. Don't do it.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real.
You're in my mind.
Go towards it.
Hey, our sword. Oh, that's just our sword hilt. I was like, our sword's not broken. Never mind. That's the sheath is there. The sword is not. Why'd the rot go so far up my arm? I feel so cheated. What was I supposed to do against Hela's demon baby? Or maybe that just was her? I don't know. What if we just go this way? Just trot right out to the sea. Yeah, to wash your wound out with salt water. That's a good idea. Oh, found the invisible wall.
There it is. You're imagining this. It's Dylan. He's gone. You were so slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was the trick. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
I mean, even still, we can't stay where we were. Need a new sword, though. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
When I first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her Father Zinbal made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
It's very convenient that all these ships broke down in such a way that I have a defined path to walk through.
It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
You're in my mind. I think.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy. Sword play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
The game's journey, y'all. Tone change. Is that my battle cry? Sure. Why not? No, it's not. Thank you for the hydrate, El Canadiano. Two Busters, one Centurion, and 25 gold, any of which hit me yours for 420 channel points. Most skills going to AP10 with 24, followed by one Wed with 6. Most assists going to Globot Grayson with 27, followed by El Canadiano. Nope, followed by Rebe with 5. Don't change sounds like you would be something called a C word then if they actually stuck true to the word. What? I'm confused. Going random. Atato with the Busters, El Canadiano with the Centurion, and Hacker Rap with the gold. Bomber? Sure, we'll go Bomber. All right. Conserve the status quo. I'm still confused about what we're talking about.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Don't change. Conservative, if they struck true to that word. What are we talking about don't change? What said don't change? When? Where? Who said it? Like, that's what I'm not even... Where did you even pull that from is the thing that I'm still confused about in the first place.
It's not real.
You did?
You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick.
That's my motto? When?
Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following?
I don't think I said that. I don't think I said don't change was my motto. Or my battle cry.
How does he so effortlessly court the world in bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew. And dance with it, just like he does.
I think Real was talking about the song, not the words don't change.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
Battle cry was when Schwan did like a bitch yell. When did I do a bitch yell?
Well,
I'm still confused.
I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words.
I broke the sword.
Moment.
Our
When you look
big
into the
demon
eyes
baby
of the
broke
one
the
who's
sword.
Supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it, and darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
You're really gonna need a new sword, though. Just saying.
By the tree. Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains.
You could easily climb through that, but
Nothing
fine.
lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
This looks like a hell of a grave. Yeah, real. We even have the ray tracing turned down. Hey, look, a new sword.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillion left it for you. Take it. Take it.
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Do they give me a sword there?
Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Oh, my hip just popped. It was quite uncomfortable.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It's one way to hide a loading screen, I guess.
Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspired to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Go in. You've got to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there? Dillion, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
Ooh, arm glitched out there a bit.
What was that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice?
Fee! Rank up.
Dillion's calling to you. Can you hear him?
Fee with those 8 months.
You remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman.
Thank you so
warrior.
much.
Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him. But
It's a journey, that's for sure.
Tyrving.
It's a wild experience.
Go down there. No one can save you. It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
I don't have subtitles on.
You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus.
But I feel like subtitles in this game would be really difficult to do in general. You thought I did? I don't think so. I don't think I had turned them on. I normally do, but I don't think I did so in this case. I can't imagine what the subtitles would try to look like in this game, though. At least if it tries to replicate the voices in your head, I can't imagine that that would work at all. Can't go through there.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian. What's happening? It's not him, it can't be. What's that sound? The voice is changing. What? That's not Dillian.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
I was supposed to go towards the voice. I was going in the directions that the torches weren't lit, but... maybe instead I go towards which direction the sound is louder.
Quiet. He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
Yeah, I think if you wanted to try to emulate the idea of the voices around your head with subtitles, you'd need to be putting them on like the sides of the screen and stuff like that, but it would be very difficult to have the same effect as having the full 3D audio.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Do I have a sword? I see a sword there. Do I get to fight something here?
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
She have to fight her own dad? Is that what this fight's gonna be?
It's speaking through.
No, Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can.
Damn, Dad, you an asshole.
When they see the rot growing inside you.
No.
They will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
Bold of you to believe you speak for the gods, fool.
Come, child, take my hand. Come.
Oh, good. Trauma bonding.
I am leaving!
I just hit you. Let me give you a hug.
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
It's done. You did it, but there's more. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy. You're getting tired. Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy. No. Too much.
Do I hear an Andy Serkis? You'd need to check. I don't know.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good, and wise. He was fair of feature. He spoke fair words. He gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
That's what they said, Eve. Oh. Okay. What does it see? Oh, that's...
You want to see? Be careful. It's not safe. Trust us. Does it see? Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay? Let's stay here.
No.
The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
Fucking Zordon? Yeah, that's it. That door looks braced. Not even gonna bother trying it.
Dillian, isn't it? Don't forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillian. You need Dillian. He's waiting for you. He always said.
Can I open this one?
She can't. Open the gate. It's
No,
locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will. She'll find a way. She always finds a way. The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillian. There he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
Fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldur's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Do you remember the way he touched you? He was kind to her. Do you remember meeting him beneath the tree? You have no chance for love now. Nobody will love you again. Ever again.
Why? I can't get back inside. That was my plan.
She thought she had light within her. She is pure darkness.
I need another face. I feel like I need another face.
He saw who she could be. He saw who she really was. He saw the warrior within.
So I feel like I need to get up there because like the symbols for the symbol that I need are appearing here, but I don't think that I can actually get it here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's actually like up there. I thought maybe I needed to be outside so that I could use that.
The way he stroked your hair. Do you remember the way he felt?
And then I thought maybe if I opened that door to let myself back here, maybe I could get behind it so that those things would be... Her voices talk a lot, they do. Maybe.
Remember, Dillian? Do you remember? Do you remember the sound of his voice?
It's like that's just facing the wrong way, right? getting secondhand frustration. Yeah, that's fair. So the first one of these that I was like, huh. Huh.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Baldur, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm.
Can I open that gate?
The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel.
From
but
this
Loki
side?
shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldur's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Baldur's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Like, all the rest of these, once I figured out where it was pretty easy to find from there, but this one is not that way.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved us so much. You kill the things that are most precious to you. You deserve this.
If you played this before God of War, you would have called the mistletoe weakness. Why? See, I'm still fucking not understanding here. I feel like I'm almost there, but I'm just not there. Yeah, I know, game. I know that's the symbol I need.
What happens to the things you love?
Is it in the fucking sky? I had one that was just on the ground once. Is this one in the sky? And I can't get inside in this world.
Blood on your hands. You are guilty. Was it worth it?
Normally, these symbols mean that you can see it from where you're at. Ish. Light beams. I see it. I see it. Hang on. I gotta get to the right spot. It's right here. Got it. Give it to me. Thank you.
Senua, you've got it. Why didn't believe that she was cursed? He's gone. He's in the dark world. Everyone else has gone to the dark world. You're in the wrong world. He's in the other world. The dark world. Without you.
We're fine.
Your curse has claimed Dillion. We didn't know he was coming.
Wait. This should open, yeah? Yeah, okay.
Dillion doesn't know. There he is. Where are you taking him? He's up there. He's up there. How do you get up there? There's a way. There is a way up there. Find the way. She can do it. You're nearly there. Shh. Find the way.
Globot Grayson placed 5 vampires. Goddamn. Two barbarians, one bomber, either which can be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills go to Globot Grayson with 25, followed by El Canadiano with 16. Most assists go to Globot Grayson, followed by Rebe with 14. Going random on the scrolls in 5. Dupe vamps? Yeah, you'd have to. Or you're like, no, because you can't, or you're burning meat. How many dupes are you allowed now? 3? Or is it 5? Going random. Gicerus with the bomber. Piflac with the barbarian. Unlimited? I thought there was still a limit on it. Of course, you would know, wouldn't you, El Canadiano? Of all people, you would know. I mean, that's still, presuming they didn't use any meat, that's 4 or 5 vampires. I don't think you could use, because they have a 30-minute cooldown, so you would need to have 5 if you didn't use meat, which that's an insane number of vampires to have. All right.
The curse. And now the darkness is swallowing you both.
Arrow MZ. Okay.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian.
Oh.
She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between 2 worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian, her future. 2 realities tearing at her soul.
Loki replies, "Here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands." And Hood
I feel like we missed half of Druth's story because I examined it while I was busy, they were busy talking.
And for this, Hood is slain.
You have no time for this. Speed up. With your love because he believes in you.
Can I open this door, or does it need open from the other side? Other side.
Set you up, and now they're going to watch you. What if these trials mean nothing? Laughing at you. What if they take you no closer to Dillian? Let this get in the way. If they are just to tire you out.
Why did I just get a rumble effect?
You squashed it, strangled it, flattened it. The curse cannot be.
We're on the wrong side to see that.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Nobody will love her now.
Can you remember what love feels like?
Look what happens to the things she loves. She destroys them.
She should have listened to her. Why didn't she listen to her father?
She thought she could defy her.
He's the reason she keeps
What if this is pointless?
What are you doing? Why did you think you could...
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Baldur return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Baldur stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Baldur, weep him out of hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Baldur was never my friend, she says. Let Hell keep what she has. The Northmen say
Zamudi! Hello, welcome in, Raiders. A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He raids precisely when he means to. We're on an adventure of having mental disorders and trying to fight our way into hell where we're not allowed. It's a good time. Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Schwan. I'm a hyper-variety streamer. I stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I like to talk, and I'd love to talk some more if you want to talk with me. So thank you for coming over to the Zamudi. Please check the vibe, see if it's something you like. If it is, maybe drop a follow. Maybe I'll see you in a future day. But if otherwise, all the same, thank you for hanging out with Zamudi. The Wizard of Twitch is always a good place to spend your time. And thank you at least for supporting him and joining him on the raid over here. We are currently playing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice and trying to maintain sanity ourselves in the actual world. It's a good time. This game is a beautiful cinematic experience, and when our sword isn't broken, the combat in it is awesome. But right now our sword's broken. We're trying to piece it back together. Well, trying to piece back together the pieces of a different sword, actually.
Dillian!
No, you mirror. How is more 7 Days to Die treating you?
Dillian never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbal. I guess he took after his father.
Oh, God.
A chieftain who believed nothing.
Athena, look away.
And he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms. Learned to see the world through his eyes.
Oh, God. Who is this one from? Ninja Theory is the people that developed this game. Its sequel comes out later. I think it comes out next year. And it'll be a day one Game Pass release. So there's that. Yeah, it's a long way to fall. It sure is. It's not a fall. No, no. No, we're not. You shut up, voices in my head. Please stop.
She's not going to fall. She's strong. She's steady. She can do it. You can do it, Sword.
It looks really good. The game visually, I enjoy more than God of War. It's... the combat is also... like really, really good. I would love to show it to you, but like I said, our sword's broken, so we can't fight things right now. It's a very short experience. It's only about 8 hours long.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes.
Also, as a note,
No one can.
it looks choppy. It's meant to look choppy at this point.
Doesn't have the faintest
Funny that we
idea
consider that short now. 8 hours? Yeah, I mean,
The word
yeah.
light here means as little as the word light.
I mean, people were calling Final Fantasy VII Remake short, and it's only 24-ish hours.
Taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world?
That was weird.
You, and only you can see, just to be rid of your nightmares. Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I know.
It's always been short. Not sure what you mean now. I mean, if you weren't looking at games like Dragon Warrior, all the way up until like the Nintendo 64, games weren't much longer than that.
What if this is pointless? What if you're
Like
wrong?
Dragon Warrior and like
What if we're wrong?
really the only exceptions to that were very specific RPGs.
What if this?
Contra front to back is what, 25 minutes? Yeah, maybe. If you don't die.
You've been fooled before. You could be fooled again. Being tested.
So games before you were born. Sure. Yeah, so in this game's Moody, you play as Senua, and she suffers from multiple mental
It was
disorders.
so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like.
And they spent a lot of time when they were developing the game speaking with both mental health
The sickness
experts
took
as well
nearly
as people
every
that
person younger
suffered
than
from the
40
disorders
and
they
many
were
older.
trying to emulate.
And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
To try and properly recreate what it's like to suffer from some of these mental disorders. Yeah, unmedicated, of course, you know. The actual like story that's going on is that she is cursed. Her bloodline is cursed to essentially witness the darkness of the world in some circumstance. And her father kept her locked away for that reason, but she left her father because she fell in love with a man named Dillion, who was then slain by Vikings, and she is trying to go retrieve him from hell.
Go towards it. He's in the house. He's going in. He's disappearing. Follow him. Don't let him disappear. Where's it gone? Keep going. How do you find it? It's just a trial. It's just another test. You just have to solve it, and then you will find him.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillion will help me.
It's a love story I can get behind. Yeah. Except the renditions of these Norse gods are very, very unwelcoming. Like, we have met
Not everyone.
Vandir, was that his name? And Surt so far, and Hela, and none of them have been very nice. They're very realistic, that's fair. They've all been very, very mean to us. But she is also not a Viking. She doesn't worship those gods. So they're very unwelcoming to her.
She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like that.
It's also very hard to tell what's real and what's not in this game, because Senua suffers from hallucinations, and not a small number of them.
The bridge. It's broken.
I see that.
You have to fix it. How are you going to fix it? You have to find it.
We are going to witness it in a way that it exists. Just got to figure out where that is.
Before he disappears, Senua, you have to get in.
It's very broken. Can we... Well, that's... Is there another one? There's another one. Will this remove this doorway for us? It will.
That's it. Up the tower.
And now let's put the tower back together.
Find a way. The ladder is broken. You found a way to climb the tower. The ladder
now the bridge actually exists. My bed calls. Sleep well, Zamudi. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the lurk. Rest well. Also very interesting how it takes from certain Japanese myths like arch being gateways, which isn't present in Norse to my knowledge. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about all the different mythologies to know. Did you just The Secret the bridge? Largely, yes, real, in a way.
Senua, come to me. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there?
You have to find
Come out if you are.
Dillian!
Sleep well, El Canadiano. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out, chatting, placing units.
You can hear Dillian. It's Dillian. Go to him. Go to him. He's trying to save us. There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away. You'll die.
Did I lose? Yes, I did. Oh, hey, the rot went lower. Oh, that was a good animation.
There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away.
Holy shit.
What should I do?
We gotta find the other things before it finds us.
You're lost. You have to find them, Senua. Where are you? You're lost. Where are they? The light. The room. Go towards it. Focus. Focus. Look. One have to find one more. One more. Senua. Find the other symbol. You're lost. Look at you. Where's Dylan? Where is he? You've got them. Find the gate. Get out. Run. Look at you.
Oh, damn it. I can't tell where this thing is. Do I have to re-find all of them? I turned the wrong direction. I do have to re-find them. Do these count as deaths every time? Fuck, man. That sucks. What's killing you? I don't know. I can't look at it.
There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away.
Give me the rune.
Run.
I went the wrong fucking way. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Really? We're just burning deaths now because I can't even see the thing that I'm running away from and it's choosing different paths? Really? Ugh.
There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away.
Yeah, I know.
You'll die. Run.
I'm aware. Thank you.
Rank up.
Please let me away. Fuck! Thank you for the 18 months, Kaldris. So you want to know the reason that I'm really annoyed at this? This isn't a matter of not making it progress. You can permanently lose in this game. If you see how the darkness is going up her arm, if it goes all the way up the arm, you permanently lose. You permanently lose. And we're just burning deaths right now because I can't properly see what I'm supposed to be running away from. you can permanently lose and like lose all of it. Start all the way over. And because I can't properly like see what I'm running away from, I have now like gained like 4 deaths, and I don't know how many I got. And the best way that I can tell is that if the rot reaches her head, you permanently lose. Where am I going now? Like, that sucks. Well, you have vaccinating on, and I'm okay with spoilers. I'm not sure if I tell you the number or not. I mean, it's just more of like, they gave you that as a concept, right? Like, that is something that they made you immediately aware of from the beginning of the game, and then you just, like, get these, like, auto deaths that are just really, really difficult to avoid in that circumstance because you can't see it. It can go through walls. You don't get a good opportunity to get around corners. Like, we just died 3 times for almost no reason of something that I had very, very little control over.
Such a thing? Are they gods?
I know the Looming Doom is a mechanic because the rot went up our arm without our choice when we approached the gate that Hela was behind, and that's fine, but when they give you that presentation and then they give you that mechanic that we just were given of just, like, running from something in a maze is fine, but the way that that mechanic worked felt really bad.
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Because I felt like I had so little agency over preventing my own death in that circumstance. Because you're not able to look at the creature, you don't want it to look at you, and it was able to bust through walls and shit. You had to follow the voices. All they say is turn around and run away. And I tried that once, and I still burned to death. Also, the voices lie to you sometimes, as a note reel. They will sometimes straight up say for you to, like, go the other way, and it's the wrong way. Like, you can't actually trust the voices in your head. They're not all telling you the truth, because you're insane.
Every time you remember, it disappears. They're going to take everything. They're not yours anymore. They're going to take everything.
Can I grab the sword now? I don't see any more little glowy stones.
To the gods, not to you. They're eating you from the inside. They want to kill your soul. They want to crush it. They think they want your body. They want your soul. They want your mind, and they're going to take it. They're the gods now. Nothing is yours anymore. Dillian's disappearing with your memories.
The white light didn't even seem to be the right path either, though. Can I not take this yet? Is there another one that I missed? There must be. There is one. I see it there. Because, like, I went to the white light on, like, the second one and just very quickly died because it busted through the wall. The white lights didn't seem to necessarily be the right path so much as giving you an idea of where the runes were. This should be the last one. I didn't see any more of them.
The Northmen say that their Allfather, Odin, gave his eye in exchange for a drink from Mimir's well, the Well of Wisdom. In blindness, there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Where am I? I can't see.
Oh, God. I just got annoyed at shit that game mechanic, and now they're going to give me the game mechanic that I hate the absolute most.
I'm right here. Can't you see me?
Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still. Empty your thoughts.
Okay, I can kind of see.
Tell me what you feel.
The breeze.
Good.
Okay, so far this is fine.
Way out.
I can't tell where it comes from.
Yes, you can.
The others. The voices. They've
Wonder if
gone.
you could play this by listening rather than seeing. The only time that the voices are even relatively trustworthy, oh my god, that looks amazing, thank you so much, is in combat when they tell you that there's something coming up behind you, because that's the only warning mechanic you have in terms of situational awareness if something's coming up to attack you. But otherwise, they are not trustworthy.
Be aware.
No, I'm okay.
You hear and feel. Let your senses guide you.
Athena, why does this smell so good? I probably can't open this door,
Can't
right?
go on. Dillian?
Find a way. I'm not leaving you here.
Because I put the rice seasoning on it? Well, that makes sense.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
I've reached the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow it upstream.
Smell the darkness. That's how you know you're properly using your senses.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua, my father. He taught me that the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the sword. You're no coward. You proved that to me in the warrior trials. This is just another battle. You can beat it.
This isn't your battle. You don't have to help me.
I want to. Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day. We need people like you.
I'll do my best.
So, you know, it makes me wonder what the sequel to this is.
I know what you're thinking. He's not really here.
I'll show you what the food looks like in like 2 minutes.
And so she's forced to relive it. What end?
There is a house. I don't know what's inside.
Don't be afraid.
Oh, I'm fucking afraid of whatever the hell that is.
There's something in you.
Do you see it? No. Then it cannot see you. Quietly
What?
move past it, one step at a time.
Did Dillian just try and seriously pull some object permanence shit? If you can't see it, it can't see you, so you're fine. I don't know what that is, but it's fucking horrifying. I don't want to get any closer to it. That's disgusting, and I hate it.
It's not following.
Good. Oh god, there's more. Fuck this. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Mm-mm. So you got a cucumber, and you got like salmon, and some furikake, and some green onions. Let me not pull a Tyler one and dump my food onto my keyboard. Hopefully it tastes a lot better than it sounds. I mean, that doesn't sound good, but when people say tuna, I expect two kinds of tuna. One cat food tuna or sushi tuna. No, it's really good. It's really, really good. Like, it's super tasty. Oh, not that one. Yeah, Raiders is real choppy. It's been getting like, I've been having the, like, RAM, not RAM issue, but like a VRAM issue with it again lately, where it's like building up and you got to close it to dump it so that it'll actually run properly again. 50 gold, 1 Centurion, and 2 Berserkers, either which can be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills going to AP 10, followed by Globot Grayson. Most assists going to Globot Grayson, followed by Robo Momo. Going random on the scrolls and the gold in 5. Time for that super boss. It also could be because I can't actually run Hellblade at max settings and stream at the same time. So I got it to the point where I can properly stream. But it might be that Hellblade plus streaming is just a little bit too much to also try and properly render stream raiders. Chrome doesn't like working at the same time as Switch games. Damn. Let me close and reopen it. It'll make a heap of difference if I just close and reopen it real quick. We just want to play all the things. Yeah, we want to play all the things in max settings, which in our line of hobby right now is like, you should probably get a streaming computer. And I'm like, I really don't want to bother with a 2 PC setup just yet. Calm down. And they're like, yeah, but you got a 4K monitor and you're trying to play games at 4K and stream on one PC. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. If we run 4K through the PlayStation, it runs just fine. But trying to ask the computer itself to run 4K at the same time as running the stream on a 3070 Ti instead of something like a 3090 is making it big upset. Play Stray. I'm grumpy with Stray. I'm probably going to see. I got to look a little bit closer into it first, but. Oh shit, they move now. Huh. Go away, please. I have a dilemma. I really want to be fat and get ice cream. Okay. If I drive, I'll lose my spot and end up walking further than if I just walked. If I walk, then I walked. I think that sounds like you're just walking then, friend. Hey, Dark. Welcome in. Thank you for that hydrate. How you been? How are things going? Sounds like you need to pay 3 times the price for an ice cream and get it through one of those crappy services like DoorDash that you guys have. Have a good night, Fee. Thank you so much for being in here. I'm doing well, Dark. Oh, hell no. You just fueled me with enough frugal rage to walk.
This is testing you. You are in control.
Bugs. Oh, God. That thing better not reach up and grab me. I hate it. I hate it.
A well. There's a well.
Don't turn back. You're getting close.
Delia. Please. Help me.
Come to the center.
This is awful. That was some real nightmare shit right there. God, no, hell no, hell no.
Is that you?
Hmm.
I can see a light.
Yes. I can see you too.
That would have been a good jump scare, though. Yeah, it would have. Fuck. That was uncomfortable. I didn't like that last section. Trust your senses. No.
She could spend hours, days even, trapped within herself, in the dark.
You see me?
Yes.
Your eyes were open, but you were gone.
And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there.
When it comes for me, I have no power over it.
But here, for the first time, someone was there to help.
But I heard your voice. You brought me back.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little help.
I just ate a bag of cocaine. What is this, Super Troopers?
You've done it. You did it. The warrior trials. Go get the sword.
If you ate it, I'm assuming you're doing it wrong. I don't... You know, I genuinely don't know what eating cocaine would do to you.
A goddess into the halls of Helheim and challenge Hela as an
Obviously, it'd probably depend on the amount, but...
And the sword will lead me to him. Like when we first met.
It should still work. I imagine it wouldn't work as well, right? Probably take a lot longer. Well, also, like, I don't know how much of it would, like, obviously, you'd still absorb some of it into your system, but your stomach acids might eat, like, eat away some of it. You'd probably get poisoned first. Yeah, that's true.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness.
You're tainted by the gods of dark. Hang on, I got this.
You're tainted by the gods of darkness, you piece of shit. You will pay a price for this.
But years later, with Zinbal's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance.
Isn't poison just a different form of OD? Not necessarily, because some poisons cause you to go into cardiac arrest, right? Or like they'll like shut your heart off and stuff like that. And that's what causes you to die.
Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us. You have blood on your hands.
They're coming for you now. They're coming. They're coming to get you.
Hold your heavy strike. Hold it. Hold the heavy strike. Hold it. Unleash the sword.
Okay, I'll do it. You told me what to do. I've been trying to do it all game. What does it do now?
No shots. Focus in the back.
Ow.
It's coming back. Focus. It's the only way. Focus. It's finished.
Okay. Doesn't do what I thought it was gonna do. So you got an overdose of venom? No. It depends on the venom, of course, but like the idea, like here's the way that I would see it as a difference, right? Like there is no recommended dose or healthy dose of venom, right? Like that is just poison. That is just evil for you. There is no good amount of that. So there is no overdosing on it because there is no base dose, in my opinion. There is nothing that you could be taking for a defined purpose. Whereas like if you OD on painkillers, you can be prescribed a certain amount of painkiller, right? To deal with whatever it is you're being prescribed the painkiller for. If you overdose, you go higher than the dose and it causes a negative effect. It doesn't always mean death, right? It can mean a shutdown of an organ. You need to have like a kidney transplant or something. You have overdosed on it. Whereas poison or a venom, any amount is too much, right? And so like snake venom, for instance, it coagulates the blood to where it turns into like a putty almost, depending on the type of, I'm describing a rattlesnake poison is the one that my brain is filling with right now. So you didn't overdose because no dose is appropriate, which is where it is poison. It's kind of like alcohol is technically a poison because there is not a recommended amount of alcohol to drink. You are poisoning your blood and poisoning your brain. It doesn't kill you, but it is in no way beneficial for you. And the internet says, is poisoning and overdose the same thing? A drug overdose is considered a poisoning. In this case, the drug is the product that is used in the wrong way by the wrong person or in the wrong amount.
In the sea of corpses, the corpse waved through
so an
itself
overdose is
the
poisoning,
ones I
but
loved.
poisoning is not the same
ship
as an
broke
overdose.
Up under them, the ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial stone is sacred. Come not here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not crying over a naked corpse. Come not with disturbed mind.
I don't like the grabby arms.
She's lost. She doesn't know where she's trying to get to.
I don't like that.
Is there any escape?
you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses? Do you feel the blood running cold on your skin? Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones. And look at what you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turned your back on your father, Zinbel, you turned your back on the gods and let the darkness wreak havoc on your people. Why must they pay for your heresy?
Oh, another big boy. Oh, shit. The fuck was I supposed to do about that? Did that dude die?
Focus.
He must have died.
Focus. You can do this. Take it. Go again. Down.
Oh yeah? All right. I fucking love the combat in this game. It's so fucking cool.
Where are you?
Do you hear, Senua? Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galina? She calls for you, Senua. Go to her. Answer her pitiful call.
Love this game's uniqueness, the style, and pretty much everything about it, but I have zero desire to play it. That's fine. It's part of the advantage of having people play the game for you.
Powerless against the darkness when it came for her. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped the only way she knew how. She gave her life to the gods. If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror. It's not too late. She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
You're new. Oh, wrong button. Fuck.
He's down. Finish him. Finish him. Strike him.
Oh.
Focus is coming back. Just remember. Focus.
Ow. Whoa! Oh.
He's gone. There he is. Right swords in front of him. She's got her sword. Prepare yourself. Attack. Finish this. Finish this. Surprise him.
Oh. Fuck off.
Finish this. She's so weak they can see no difference.
Is this the end? I don't actually know. It's a lot of fighting. Of course, we just did a whole bunch of not fighting, so. Ow.
Defend yourself.
Whew. This is stream number 2, so I feel like maybe you only played for 4 or 5 hours if we include the time you did reacts. Yeah, and the game's supposed to be 8, so I don't think we're actually close to the end. Unless we've just done really well, right? Like, I've not really died at all, except for, like, not counting the stupid, like, fire ghost in the wood maze, right? I've only died, like, once. That wasn't a scripted event, which was to the first genuine boss, and then everything else we've just been kind of making our way through pretty handily.
The rivers of hell. Isn't that what you deserve?
Come on.
Yeah. Give the darkness what it wants. Let it swallow its soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who is already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he will thank you for what you have done to him, to his friend?
Oh, shit.
To his father.
It just feels endgame-ish. You're right. I agree. I definitely agree.
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices.
We've definitely gotten through games early before, so.
You are lost. There's nothing you can do. You're dead. You're both dead. Mother and daughter dead in the sea of corpses. The voices took her.
Oh, God. I don't like the fingies. Ugh. Don't look at me just because I'm climbing up your shoulder, okay? Now! I'm sorry.
I can't fight it anymore. Not on my own. Where are you, Mother? I want to be with you.
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother, to go to a place where the darkness couldn't reach her.
Senua. Look at me.
Do you hear them? They're calling for me.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
Symbol was right. Everyone will suffer.
Zimbel is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you. Who do you trust? Him? Or me? Do you still believe in me, Senua? In us? Come back to me. Please.
Dude, you got gutted and blood eagled, okay? Like.
Don't let this darkness come between us.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. He gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Look, the fucking black ichor pulsing in the veins on the arm is really, really gross. Like, it's... I love that detail. It's really good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a good detail, but... it's really gross. Huh. All right. And that is actually a great spot to wait until fucking Thursday to see the rest of it. Oh, God. This game is a fucking trip, bro. Good Lord. Good Lord. All right. So, What is coming up? So, my incredible wife, Athena Latina, should be streaming tomorrow, singing us some beautiful songs for Wind Down Wednesday. And then I'll be back here on Thursday. We'll be doing some more reactions, and then we'll be hopefully finishing Hellblade. We should anyway. We're right on track to do so. On Friday, me and Athena will be back on this channel to play Power Couple, where we'll be playing AI The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. And then on Saturday, I will be over on Athena's stream for Spoopy Saturdays, where we'll be probably finishing up World War Z. And then on Sunday, we will be playing through whatever game ends up winning the vote. We are holding a vote right now in Discord to decide what game we will be playing through in its entirety. Real quick for the stream raiders, you can get 30 Centurions, Monks, or Berserkers out of that Super Boss chest. The reward, you can redeem it for channel points for 4,269 channel points to guarantee that you get those, otherwise we will go random. So the vote right now is between Dino Crisis, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, or Spyro the Dragon, the very first of those games. Currently, Parasite Eve is in the lead, although Spyro the Dragon is very, very close behind it. That vote will close on Friday. We'll announce the winner on Saturday, and we will play through it on Sunday. Currently, though, current votes trending, it looks like we'll be playing Parasite Eve on Sunday. And then, like, what will be happening from there? So we will have a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Sunday, and a Tuesday. Who the fuck invited Spyro? So I don't know what we will be doing afterwards just yet. We do need to start up Metal Gear Solid 3, and we could do that on the Tuesday following Parasite Eve. But we will not get all the way through Metal Gear Solid 3 before I'm taking a short, like, week and a half break from streaming to spend some time with some family. So, since you're here, Real, I guess I'll ask you that question. Do you care if Metal Gear Solid gets cut in half by a break? Or would you like me to fill in that time with something else? Because I can absolutely fill that with something. And then we'll start up Metal Gear Solid when I get back. I'll leave that up to you. Also, what I would like to do is we also have another bonus stream that we need to schedule, which is another Steam Key giveaway stream. I wanted to try and do it before I took the break, but instead I think it'll be a good idea to do it when we come back as a way to try to reinvigorate stuff. I won't be around till 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Okay. We'll wait until we come back then. And also when we come back, we will be doing that stream for giving away a bunch of Steam keys. Athena with the Centurions, Rayback with the Monks, Shoshipi with the Berserkers. 3 very great places for those to go. And that concludes the event. Have they announced the next event yet? I admittedly don't pay very close attention to Stream Raiders dev streams anymore. So I don't know if we have a new event starting on Thursday. I do hope so, though. So let me close that down. Yeah, so we'll figure out something to fill in the week before we are on a short break, and then we'll start up Metal Gear Solid 3 shortly after we come back. We'll schedule out that Steam Key giveaway stream as well. Who is streaming right now, though? Star is playing Naraka Blade Point. I was actually lurking in Star's stream the other day, but I was busy doing other stuff, so I didn't get to watch them play this very closely. They just started, so this is a good place to go. So we will go visit Star. Everybody, this is the raid message. If you are not a subscriber, you can unlock that raid message for 100 channel points. We put it as cheap as possible so that you can unlock it for the next 24 hours so that you can use it while we are on the raid. And what's really cool is it does let you use it on the raid. So even if you're not a subscriber, you can still use that raid message on the raid, which is super cool. I'm glad that there is a way to do that because I don't want people to feel like they have to pay money just to be able to use an emote to be able to join in the celebration of a raid. But regardless, we're going to go hang out with Star Vixen. I'm going to hang out there while I edit the reactions that we did at the beginning of stream today. That way I can get a better idea of what Naraka Blade Point is. Heard a lot of really good things about it, but I've not actually seen someone genuinely play it, and this is a good opportunity for me to do so. So with that said, everybody, I appreciate all of you very much. Please go follow me on Twitter. Come join the Discord, especially if you do want to vote for that game. And go check out the YouTube. I appreciate all of you very much. And if I do see you in the next live stream, or if you do go watch one of those YouTube videos, thank you and enjoy. Goodbye, everybody.